Hi there. So, have I got a funny story for you? It's about drugs. The date today is Monday, July 7th, 2014. Stardate 41827. For the record, I do not endorse the use of these kinds of drugs because they're just plain stupid. Yeah. This particular one, we're pretty sure it was bath salts, but we're not entirely sure. So this particular guy has made 2 visits to the place where I work. Both times he has heavily embarrassed himself with the weirdness of what he was doing. The first time he came in to get some water, and it was probably like 7 or 8 p.m. Like, it was still sunny outside. Just basically a bit early to be getting trashed on these kinds of things. But he comes in and he goes to grab a water cup, and he's like, his hand is missing it. It's almost like a freaking one of those claws that reaches down and grabs a prize, except he's really bad at it, barely even trying. But after he manages to wipe the sweat out of his eyes and off of his hands, he grabs a cup and then goes over to the soda machine and, tries to get some water in it. Has trouble figuring out where the little water lever is on that soda machine. He eventually figures out how to use the soda machine, and then after he gets his water, he walks back across the lobby towards where the water cups were, near the entrance. And he just leans up against the sneeze guard, which is very fragile, by the way. It could have just any second with how much weight he was putting on it. He had no idea. He didn't know how much weight he was putting on, physical objects in the room around him. He eventually is just, he starts kind of slurring and rambling on about little random thing. Hey, so have you ever been to that smoke shop over there? It's really awesome being able to have a place where you can smoke and not have to worry about that 5-foot rule. And I'm just okie dokie. Yeah, I have heard about that. Alright. I mean, clearly this guy had some sort of issues and he overdosed on something and he didn't really know how much he took of what I still think are bath salts. And after all that happens, he sits his water down on the counter and just completely forgets about it. It's he only had 2 sips. And he just walks out the door, runs into the trash can and then walks out the door, I meant. And he steps off the sidewalk into the road and is walking all over the line. There's cars driving by him, just honking at him. And he's just out there. And he's holding his hands up in the sky as if he's talking to God. Just, talk to me! Oh yeah! He's just dancing around almost. It was weird. And then I never saw him again after that, until several months later. This one was even funnier. The second time he came in, I just had a way of talking to him. I was just I felt I was being a little bit condescending because I was just man, you really made a fool of yourself. So I'm just how's it going, man? Just hopefully trying to make him realize that I'm paying attention to what you are doing. Or what he is doing. And it was a little hard to recognize him at first, but I eventually did because his hair was different somehow. And he had a big giant scar on his face. But it is clearly evident that he is on the same drug again. So he orders his food and then he goes to the counter and waits for a second or he just like sits his phone down there on the counter. I look down for a second while I'm making it, and I look up again whenever I'm almost done and he's gone. I imagine he probably just went to the restroom. So I just sit his food right next to his cell phone. A few minutes pass, and then I hear the bathroom door open and close, and then I hear the storage room door open and close. Now, I know where everybody in the restaurant is supposed to be at that particular given time. And I knew that there should be nobody going into the storage area. Thinking, alright, guys, I think bath salts guy is doing something ridiculous. So I go back there. I see him just like hunched over a case of beverage cup lids. And he's just like gnawing with his teeth on the bottom of a sleeve of lids. He's just over there just like... So I'm just like, dude, what the crap are you doing? So sorry, I'm so sorry, He just like apologizes to me and hands the lids back as if I still need them. So I just like, okay, we don't need these anymore. Just toss them onto the floor. And he's like all embarrassed. And he then walks up the stairs and into a garage in the back of the storage area with a gate that only goes up like 2 feet because it's broken. So I'm just like, dude, you can't get out that way. Or actually, here, let me open up this gate for you. So I just like open up the gate and he does a crawl under the gate and just takes off. So I closed the gate back down, and 2 of my coworkers were just like over there just like staring at the situation and just like laughing. And I'm just like, what the hell just happened? And then as we're all walking back inside, I see that he left his food and his cell phone sitting there on the counter. Yes, congratulations, you just won a Darwin Award. But yeah, you really do meet some interesting people working at this place downtown.
Wiximar.